Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that the power to change your life is inside you right now, and there's nothing outside of you that's stronger than that. You might be here because you're wrestling with something that feels bigger than you, a habit, a craving, an addiction. But let me tell you, you are bigger than anything that tries to chain you down. See, clarity is power. So the first thing you need to know is why. Why do you want to change? Why do you want freedom from this addiction? Don't settle for a surface answer. Dig deep. Maybe you want freedom so you can be the parent your kids need, so you can be the partner your loved one deserves, or simply because you know that there is more to you than this cycle. When you get clear on your why, nothing can stop you. But here's the truth, the addiction itself isn't the problem, it's the surface. You have to identify the root cause of why you're reaching for that crutch. What are you avoiding? What pain haven't you confronted? When you look in the mirror and get honest, that's where real power begins. Don't just scratch the surface, break through it. Once you have your reason and you're facing your truth, it's time to condition your mind every single day. You don't achieve greatness with the same habits that got you stuck. You have to elevate, build new rituals, things that propel you forward. Take control of your state. If you can change your state, you can change your destiny. Through movement, through breath, through focus, you've got the power to control your emotions, not be controlled by them. Now, you can't keep playing the same pattern and expect a different outcome. Break the pattern. Whatever triggers that old habit, remove it, change it, shift it. Make it easy to choose a new path by making the old one harder to travel. Link massive pain to your habit. Feel it in your bones. What does this addiction cost you? What does it take from you every single day? You've got to realize that the price is way bigger than you're letting yourself believe. When you see it, really see it, the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of change. Then we go to pleasure, and you link massive pleasure to your new path. Visualize that future, the one where you've broken free. Make it real in your mind and celebrate that feeling. That's not some someday idea, that is who you are becoming right now. To make all this a reality, surround yourself with people who lift you higher. Seek out those who are committed to growth, who live with intensity, passion, and purpose. These are the people who will pull you forward even when it feels hard. Commit to honesty, radical honesty. This is about keeping yourself accountable every single day. If you slip up, face it, learn from it. If you make progress, celebrate it. And then you raise your standards. Decide today what you will no longer tolerate. Set that line in the sand. Get rid of maybe, or one day this change has to be a must. When you make it a non-negotiable, you're not just wishing anymore, you're making a decision, a real one, and that means action. Lastly, don't wait for big victories to celebrate. Take those small wins and let them fuel you. Each step reinforces the strength in you that's bigger than the addiction. Let's make a commitment right here, right now. This is the moment you reclaim your life. You've got the power, the purpose, and the resilience to stop any addiction and step into the life that's waiting for you. You are a fighter, you are a leader, and today you are the architect of a new future. Clarity is a force like nothing else. When you know exactly what you're working for, when your vision of that end goal is laser-focused and vivid, every obstacle in your path becomes a mere stepping stone. Clarity is about seeing the purpose behind your actions so clearly that nothing, not temptation, not discouragement, not even failure can shake you from the path. But clarity doesn't come by accident. Most people think they know what they want, but they're not specific. It's vague, a rough idea in the distance. And when we're vague, we get vague results. Vague goals lead to scattered efforts. If you're driving with no map, you're bound to get lost. But when you know exactly what winning looks like, you'll find a way through any challenge. Imagine an archer trying to hit a target. He can barely see it. Doesn't matter how skilled he is without a clear target. He's shooting blind. Clarity comes from digging deeper, beyond the easy answers. You might think, I want to quit because this addiction is bad for me, but why? Why do you want to stop? What is this change going to bring you? Picture your life once you're free. Who are you in that life? What are you capable of? What do you look like? How do you feel? How do you connect with others? Make it real. Envision it like it's already yours. The clearer this picture, the more unshakable your drive becomes. When you're crystal clear, obstacles start to feel like part of the journey rather than roadblocks. You begin to see every setback as a test, something to learn from and grow stronger through.
You'll see resistance not as a reason to stop, but as an opportunity to reaffirm why you're on this journey. Every time you face resistance, you come face to face with your purpose, and you make the choice to keep moving forward because you can see that goal and you know it's worth it.
Clarity also helps you make powerful, decisive choices. When you're certain of where you're headed, there's no room for doubt or hesitation. You can confidently say no to the things that don't serve you, and you can fully commit to what will help you reach that goal. It removes the maybes, the gray areas, and the excuses. When you've got a burning vision, it becomes a matter of integrity to pursue it. True clarity creates a fire that doesn't burn out because it's fueled by something bigger than fleeting emotions. Even when you're tired, even when you've failed before, that clarity keeps you going. You're pulled by purpose, not just pushed by pain. You wake up every day with a direction, with a sense of purpose, because your vision is so alive and real. When we struggle with an addiction, it's tempting to think the problem is the habit itself, the substance, the behavior, the cycle we feel trapped in. But in reality, the addiction is just a symptom of visible branch on the surface.
To truly break free, you have to go below that surface to dig deep and identify the root cause. Because until you confront the underlying pain, fear, or unmet need that fuels the addiction, the pull toward it will keep showing up in your life, even if the form of addiction changes.
The root cause is often a place of discomfort we've learned to avoid, a place where our mind stores unresolved pain, emotional wounds, and memories we may have even forgotten or pushed away. It could be a trauma we never healed, a loss we haven't processed, or a fear that's been buried. For some, it's the deep-seated need to feel loved, worthy, or accepted. For others, it's a fear of failure, inadequacy, or rejection. The addiction is what we turn to when that unresolved pain rises to the surface. It's the relief we reach for when life feels overwhelming or empty. The human mind is wired to protect itself from pain, and sometimes that means numbing it out. The problem is that numbing is temporary. It only pushes the pain down deeper, and each time it resurfaces, it can feel even stronger. The cycle of addiction is born when we keep trying to cover up what's hurting inside instead of healing it. It's like patching a leak with a bandage. The relief is short-lived, but the leak will continue, often getting worse over time. So how do you identify the root cause? You start with honesty, radical honesty. Ask yourself the hard questions and stay open to answers you might not want to hear. When do you feel the urge to turn to the addiction? What emotions are you experiencing in those moments? Loneliness? Stress? Boredom? Are there certain triggers, a place, a person, a memory that make the pull feel stronger? By paying close attention to these moments, you begin to see patterns that point back to the root cause. Another way to dig deeper is to look at the past with a compassionate lens. Sometimes our coping mechanisms formed when we were younger, trying to protect ourselves from something painful, and those mechanisms became habits we carried forward into adulthood. Ask yourself if there was a time when you felt hurt, unsafe, unworthy, or misunderstood. What beliefs did you form as a result of that experience? Those beliefs often become the silent drivers of addiction, shaping the way we see ourselves and what we believe we deserve. Facing the root cause requires courage because it often brings up difficult emotions, things we've kept in the shadows. But this process is the doorway to real freedom. Once you bring these issues to light, you can start healing them. When you're willing to go to the core, you take back your power. You become free to release old pain rather than suppress it, to rewrite beliefs that no longer serve you, and to finally make choices based on who you are, not what you're running from. Healing the root cause is about replacing avoidance with understanding, fear with compassion, and shame with acceptance. It's about stepping into the full truth of who you are. By facing the root cause head on, you no longer need the addiction as a crutch or an escape. Instead, you can step into your life fully free from the chains of the past. The mind is one of the most powerful tools we have, and conditioning it daily is essential to breaking free from any addiction or negative pattern. Just like an athlete builds physical strength through consistent training, conditioning your mind requires regular discipline practice.
It's about building mental and emotional resilience, reprogramming your thoughts, and aligning your actions with your goals. Without this daily practice, old habits and limiting beliefs will pull you back into the cycle you're trying to escape.
Our thoughts and beliefs shape our reality. If you wake up each day thinking, I don't have what it takes to overcome this, or I'll always be stuck in this cycle, then your actions will reflect that.
Your mind listens to every word you tell it, every belief you reinforce. So to condition your mind daily means taking full control of what you're feeding it. It's about creating habits that cultivate a mindset of strength, possibility, and resilience instead of one rooted in fear or self-doubt.
The first step in conditioning your mind is developing empowering morning rituals. The way you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows.
Begin each day with a practice that centers you, whether that's meditation, journaling, visualization, or reciting affirmations that align with your goals. Picture yourself free from addiction, living the life you want, feeling empowered and at peace.
This isn't just wishful thinking. When you visualize and affirm your goals, your brain begins to believe in that reality. You're laying down new neural pathways that make it easier for you to act in ways that support your vision. Another essential element of conditioning your mind is monitoring your internal dialogue. Notice how you speak to yourself when you're faced with a challenge or temptation. Do you get down on yourself? Or do you speak words of encouragement? Challenge negative thoughts and replace them with words that uplift and empower you. Instead of thinking, I'll never beat this, say, I'm getting stronger every day. Repeating these positive affirmations may feel strange at first, but over time they help rewire your mindset and build your belief in your ability to change.
Taking control of your mental focus is also crucial. Where focus goes, energy flows. If you constantly focus on the difficulty of breaking your habit, you'll feel overwhelmed and defeated.
But if you focus on each small victory, each day you make progress, your mind starts looking for success rather than failure. Condition yourself to see opportunity, to focus on growth, and to celebrate even the smallest wins.
This focus shift rewires your brain to seek positivity and resilience, making it harder for negativity and old patterns to pull you back.
Physical movement is another powerful way to condition the mind. Physical activity isn't just good for the body, it directly impacts the brain. Exercise releases endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that elevate your mood and reduce stress. When you feel stressed or tempted, go for a walk, hit the gym, or do something that gets your body moving. This shift in physical state directly impacts your mental state, breaking patterns of negative thinking and reinforcing positivity. Consistency is the final key to conditioning your mind. This isn't a one-time fix, it's a lifestyle. Conditioning your mind daily means showing up for yourself every single day, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it. Every time you do, you strengthen your willpower and resilience. The repetition builds momentum, and with enough time, the practices that once felt difficult become habits that sustain your strength. Conditioning your mind daily is about creating an environment within yourself that leaves no room for failure or limitation. When you commit to this practice, you're reprogramming your beliefs, training your mind to operate in alignment with your goals, and building the inner resilience that can withstand any challenge. You're developing a mind that's prepared to face addiction head-on, a mind that sees obstacles as stepping stones, and a mind that's strong enough to hold on to the vision of a new life every single day. Conditioning your mind daily is the single most powerful practice for creating lasting change, especially when it comes to overcoming addiction.
Just like building physical strength requires consistent exercise, conditioning your mind means engaging in mental practices that strengthen your resolve, reshape your thinking, and shift your entire state of being. To break free from any habit, you need mental fitness that endures even the hardest days. Conditioning isn't a quick fix, it's the daily practice that prepares you to face life with resilience, focus, and purpose.
To truly condition your mind, start with creating a morning ritual that empowers you. The first moments of your day are critical. They set the tone for how you'll think, act, and respond to challenges. Begin with practices that center and ground you. This could be meditation to quiet your mind, visualization to see your goal with clarity, or journaling to set your intentions. Visualize yourself living a life free of addiction, vividly experiencing the freedom, energy, and joy of that reality. When you picture this life every day, it's no longer just a distant hope. Your mind begins to accept it as possible, and you start to create the neurological pathways that make it feel achievable. Over time, this mental rehearsal gives you the strength to make decisions that align with this vision. Reinforcing empowering beliefs is another cornerstone of daily mental conditioning. We all have an inner dialogue, but many people don't realize the influence it has on their actions. If you catch yourself thinking, "This is just who I am, I can't change that belief," becomes your reality. Conditioning your mind means challenging those limiting beliefs and consciously replacing them with empowering ones. When you start to believe things like, "I'm stronger than any urge," or "every day I'm moving closer to freedom," you give your mind a powerful new foundation. Speaking these beliefs aloud, writing them down, or repeating them as affirmations makes them stick. Over time, they become the blueprint for how you see yourself and what you're capable of achieving.
Managing your focus is also vital. What you focus on expands, so if you constantly dwell on how hard overcoming addiction feels, the process will seem impossible. Shift your focus towards small wins, even the tiniest moments of progress. Each day, actively seek out what's going right, what small achievements you're making, and celebrate those wins. This reorients your brain to look for success and forward movement rather than obstacles and setbacks.
As you focus more on what's going well, your mind builds a narrative of progress, which fuels motivation and encourages you to keep going.
Physical movement is a powerful tool for conditioning the mind. Exercise doesn't just build physical strength, it helps to rewire your brain by releasing endorphins and improving your mood, which is crucial for managing stress and controlling cravings.
Movement breaks mental patterns by shifting your physiological state. When you feel stuck or stressed, a burst of physical activity, a walk, a workout, even just stretching can reset your mindset. Physical movement literally moves
You out of a negative state, making it a powerful ally in creating positive habits and shifting your mindset daily.
Consistency is the key to making mental conditioning stick. Conditioning your mind is not a one-off effort, but a practice that must be integrated into your daily life. Set aside time every day, no matter what, to reinforce these practices. There will be days when it feels like a struggle, but showing up consistently, even on tough days, is what separates those who achieve lasting change from those who stay stuck. Every day you condition your mind, you're investing in your resilience. This consistency builds momentum, and over time, the practices that once felt challenging become second nature. Conditioning your mind daily isn't about suppressing your urges or ignoring your struggles. It's about actively strengthening the mental muscles you need to create a new reality. You're building a mind that doesn't just passively react to life, but actively shapes it. With daily conditioning, you start to align your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with your vision of a life beyond addiction. Your mind becomes resilient, focused, and purpose-driven. This is the kind of strength that, over time, will make freedom not just a possibility, but an inevitable reality. Breaking the pattern is about interrupting the automatic cycle of addiction that pulls you back in time and again. Addiction thrives on routine and repetition. It feeds off patterns that become so ingrained they start to feel like second nature. To break free, you have to identify those patterns, see them clearly, and disrupt them so thoroughly that they lose their power. It's about taking a magnifying glass to your life and understanding step by step how your routines and reactions keep the addiction alive. Once you know where those patterns lie, you can create powerful ways to interrupt them and open the door to new behaviors. The first step in breaking any pattern is identifying your triggers. Triggers are the cues that set the cycle of addiction into motion. They could be places, times of day, certain people, emotional states, or even subtle cues you might not notice. Maybe it's that feeling of boredom in the evening that sends you toward an old habit, or a certain friend whose presence makes it hard to resist. Whatever they are, you need to become fully aware of your triggers, because if you can anticipate them, you can prepare to act differently when they arise. Once you know your triggers, you can start creating new responses to them. This is where pattern interruption comes in. Imagine it like a road you travel down every day. You take the same turns, see the same scenery, and end up at the same destination. Breaking the pattern is like putting a roadblock in place. When you encounter a trigger, do something entirely different. If your old response was to reach for the addictive substance or behavior, interrupt that moment by doing something incompatible with the addiction. Go for a walk, call a friend, do a quick workout, or immerse yourself in a hobby that fully engages you. The goal is to replace the automatic response with something new, something that steers you away from the old cycle and redirects your energy. Another essential element of breaking the pattern is changing your environment. Addiction often thrives in familiar spaces because they reinforce old habits and associations. If you always feel the urge in certain places, whether that's a specific room in your home, a particular social setting, or even your commute, it's time to alter those surroundings. Rearrange your space, introduce new visual cues, or seek out new environments where your usual triggers don't exist. By reshaping your physical surroundings, you're helping to disrupt the internal patterns that drive the addiction. Shifting your focus from avoiding the addiction to pursuing something greater also helps break the cycle. If you're constantly thinking, don't do it, don't think about it, you're reinforcing its place in your mind. Instead, redirect that energy toward goals, passions, or activities that bring genuine fulfillment. Every time you focus on a positive aim, you're reinforcing new neural pathways that make the addiction feel less compelling over time. The more you engage in things that elevate you, the weaker those old patterns become. Accountability is another critical tool. Share your intention to break free with someone who will support and challenge you, someone who will help you stick to the new path when the old pattern calls. This person can help remind you of your goals and can provide a source of strength and perspective when the urge to fall back into familiar habits becomes strong. Knowing you're accountable to someone adds an extra layer of commitment that helps solidify new patterns. Most importantly, breaking the pattern requires flexibility and resilience. Patterns aren't erased overnight, they take time and effort to replace. You might stumble, that's natural. The key is to treat every stumble as a learning opportunity, a chance to refine your strategy for next time. Instead of viewing a setback as failure, see it as feedback, something that shows you where you can strengthen your approach. When you can adapt to challenges, respond to triggers differently, and commit to continuous growth, you're dismantling the cycle piece by piece. Breaking the pattern is about reclaiming your freedom moment by moment. It's a process of continually choosing actions that serve your highest self, even when the pull of addiction feels powerful. Every time you interrupt the cycle, you're weakening its hold and reinforcing a new way of living. Over time, these new responses will become the new normal. You're not just resisting addiction, you're actively creating a life that no longer has space for it. Each interruption is a powerful step toward lasting freedom. Linking massive pain to your habit is a powerful way to break the hold it has over you. Human behavior is driven by the desire to avoid pain and seek pleasure, and this principle is key to overcoming addiction. When you deeply associate your habit with intense, undeniable pain, you start to view it as something to avoid at all costs rather than something that brings relief or comfort. This shift changes how you see the addiction. It becomes less of a temptation and more of a source of suffering. To create this link, begin by recognizing the consequences of your habit. Look at the ways it affects your physical health, your mental well-being, your relationships, your finances, and your sense of self-worth. Don't hold back, be brutally honest with yourself. Think about the toll this habit has taken on you over the years. Has it kept you from achieving your goals, damaged your relationships, held you back from being the person you want to be? Let yourself feel the weight of that reality. Instead of focusing on the temporary escape your habit brings, look squarely at the long-term impact and the painful costs it demands. To transform your life and break free from addiction, it's crucial to associate deep pleasure with your new identity. This means creating a compelling vision of who you want to become and connecting it to feelings of joy, fulfillment, and purpose. Instead of just focusing on the pain of your current habits, you must paint a vivid picture of the rewards that come from living a life aligned with your values and aspirations. This shift from pain to pleasure is what will truly motivate you to change and sustain that change over time. Start by defining your new identity clearly. Who do you want to be? What are your values, passions, and goals? Imagine a version of yourself that has conquered addiction. How do you carry yourself? How do you feel each day? What relationships do you nurture? What activities bring you joy and satisfaction? Get specific. Do you envision yourself thriving in your career, building meaningful connections with others, engaging in hobbies that excite you, or simply enjoying a peaceful, fulfilling life. By outlining this new identity in rich detail, you lay the foundation for powerful associations. Once you've established this vision, it's essential to immerse yourself in it emotionally. Close your eyes and visualize this ideal version of yourself. Picture every detail: how you look, how you move, how you interact with the world. Allow yourself to feel the emotions that come with this vision, the pride, the excitement, the sense of accomplishment. This process helps anchor your new identity in pleasure rather than fear or pain. By creating a strong emotional connection to this vision, you start to train your mind to crave the feelings associated with it. To further strengthen this association, start integrating behaviors that reflect your new identity into your daily life. If you envision yourself as a healthy, active person, take steps to incorporate exercise, nutritious eating, or mindfulness practices into your routine. Each time you engage in these positive behaviors, you reinforce the identity you are cultivating. This is about creating small, pleasurable experiences that align with your new self. Celebrate each step, no matter how small, as a victory. The more you take action toward this identity, the more pleasure you will associate with it. Another powerful strategy is to create a reward system for yourself. Every time you make a choice that aligns with your new identity, whether it's resisting a temptation, engaging in a healthy activity, or pursuing a passion, reward yourself. This could be as simple as taking time to enjoy a favorite activity, treating yourself to something special, or sharing your successes with a supportive friend. The key is to make these rewards meaningful and enjoyable so your brain starts to associate the choices that lead to your new identity with positive feelings. Surrounding yourself with supportive people who embody the identity you wish to adopt is also crucial. Their energy, attitudes, and behaviors will influence you and reinforce your new way of being. Engage with communities or groups that align with your goals, whether they're health-focused, creative, or recovery-based. The pleasure of shared experiences and mutual support will further solidify your commitment to your new identity. As you continue this journey, remember to practice self-compassion. Change can be challenging, and there will be moments of temptation or setbacks. When they arise, instead of berating yourself, gently remind yourself of your vision and the pleasure that comes from pursuing it. Reflect on the progress you've made, however small, and allow yourself to celebrate those steps. This reinforces the connection between your new identity and the joy of growth. The more you focus on associating deep pleasure with your new identity, the more your brain rewires itself to seek out the behaviors that align with it. Over time, this shift will not only help you break free from addiction, but also lead you toward a richer, more fulfilling life. By continually nurturing the connection between your new identity and pleasurable experiences, you create a powerful motivation that drives you to maintain your new path and embrace the limitless possibilities that come with it. Surrounding yourself with giants, individuals who inspire, motivate, and elevate you is one of the most transformative steps you can take on your journey to overcome addiction and create a fulfilling life. The people you spend time with profoundly influence your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. When you choose to surround yourself with those who embody the qualities you aspire to, you create an environment that nurtures growth, resilience, and positivity. These giants can be mentors, friends, or even figures you admire from afar, but their impact can be monumental. The first step in surrounding yourself with giants is to assess your current relationships. Take a close look at the people in your life. Are they lifting you up or holding you back? While it's important to support friends and loved ones, you also need to evaluate whether they inspire you or reinforce old habits. If your circle consists of individuals who indulge in negative behaviors or perpetuate a mindset of limitation, it's time to reevaluate those connections. This doesn't mean cutting ties with everyone, but rather prioritizing relationships that encourage your growth and align with your new identity. Once you've identified who may not support your journey, actively seek out giants, those who reflect the values, habits, and mindsets you wish to adopt. These individuals are often those who have faced challenges similar to yours and have emerged stronger on the other side. They serve as living proof that change is possible. Engage with them, whether through personal connections, community groups, or online platforms. When you interact with people who have already achieved the transformation you desire, their success becomes a source of inspiration, showing you what is possible for your life. Additionally, consider finding mentors, people who can guide you through your journey. A mentor doesn't have to be someone with formal qualifications. They could be a friend, a colleague, or someone in your community who has a life you admire. The crucial aspect is their willingness to share their wisdom and support you in your quest for change. Regularly engaging with a mentor provides valuable insights, accountability, and encouragement, which can significantly bolster your commitment to overcoming addiction and building a new identity. Joining communities that reflect your aspirations is also powerful. Whether it's a support group for recovery, a fitness class, or hobby club, being part of a group that shares common goals fosters a sense of belonging and camaraderie. These environments often provide a safe space where you can share your struggles, celebrate victories, and learn from others' experiences. The energy of a supportive community can be incredibly uplifting, reminding you that you're not alone in your journey and that others are rooting for your success.
Engaging with giants also means consuming content that inspires and motivates you. Books, podcasts, seminars, and social media can all connect you with influential figures who resonate with your aspirations.
When you expose yourself to positive, growth-oriented messages, you start to internalize their lessons and apply them to your life. Seek out authors, speakers, and creators whose philosophies align with your goals.
Let their words serve as a source of guidance and encouragement, pushing you to expand your horizons and strive for greatness.
As you surround yourself with giants, remember the importance of reciprocity. Building meaningful relationships involves not only taking but also giving. Support those giants in their pursuits, celebrate their successes, and offer encouragement. By creating a culture of mutual support, you reinforce your connections and establish a network of individuals committed to lifting one another up. This reciprocity enhances your growth and helps solidify your resolve to overcome challenges.
It's also vital to acknowledge that not everyone will understand your journey or support your desire for change. You might encounter skepticism or criticism from those who aren't on the same path. In these moments, draw strength from the giants in your life.
Lean on them for support and remember the vision you're pursuing. Their belief in your potential can counter any negativity you may face, helping you stay focused on your goals. Surrounding yourself with giants isn't just about finding people to uplift you. It's also about fostering an environment that encourages growth, resilience, and accountability. As you embrace this new circle, you'll find that your mindset shifts. You'll begin to see possibilities where you once saw limitations, feel empowered to take action, and develop a deeper understanding of what it means to live a fulfilling life free from addiction. Ultimately, when you surround yourself with giants, you are choosing to elevate your life. You're committing to a path of continuous learning and growth, understanding that transformation is a journey best taken in the company of those who inspire you.
This powerful environment propels you forward, reinforcing your commitment to change and helping you realize the limitless potential within you.
Committing to radical honesty is a transformative practice that lays the foundation for genuine change, especially in the context of overcoming addiction and building a fulfilling life. Radical honesty involves a commitment to truthfulness with yourself and others, requiring you to confront uncomfortable realities about your habits, emotions, and motivations.
This practice strips away the layers of denial, self-deception, and pretense, creating a space for authenticity, growth, and healing.
At the heart of radical honesty is self-awareness. This means taking an unflinching look at your behavior, acknowledging the patterns that contribute to your addiction, and understanding the impact these patterns have on your life and the lives of those around you. It requires deep introspection, asking yourself hard questions, and allowing yourself to feel the emotions that arise. What are you really avoiding? What truths have you been reluctant to face? By shining a light on these areas, you begin to dismantle the narratives that have kept you trapped in your habits.
Embracing radical honesty also means letting go of the facade you may have built to mask your struggles. Society often encourages people to put on a brave face, to project strength and success, but this can create barriers to genuine connection and healing.
When you commit to radical honesty, you allow yourself to be vulnerable, to share your fears, doubts, and setbacks with those you trust. This vulnerability fosters deeper connections and creates a support system where open dialogue can flourish. When others see you being honest about your challenges, it encourages them to do the same, fostering an environment of trust and mutual support. Another crucial aspect of radical honesty is accountability. When you're committed to being truthful with yourself, you begin to hold yourself accountable for your actions and decisions. This means recognizing the consequences of your choices, whether they lead to progress or setbacks.
Instead of making excuses or blaming external factors, you take ownership of your journey. This accountability is empowering. It shifts the focus from being a passive victim of your circumstances to being an active participant in your transformation.
Radical honesty also extends to your relationships. Engaging in open and honest communication with those around you creates an atmosphere of transparency. This means expressing your needs, setting boundaries, and being clear about your intentions. When you practice radical honesty, you encourage others to be truthful as well, leading to healthier, more authentic connections.
This honesty can be especially vital when discussing your struggles with addiction, as it allows loved ones to understand your journey and offer support in a way that truly resonates with you.
Additionally, radical honesty involves acknowledging the pain and discomfort that accompany change. It's not always easy to confront the truths about your habits and their consequences. You may have to face feelings of guilt, shame, or regret. However, these emotions are integral to the healing process. Instead of shying away from them, lean into them. Use them as fuel to propel yourself forward. When you allow yourself to feel these emotions fully, you create space for healing and transformation, which ultimately leads to a more profound sense of self-awareness and clarity.
Incorporating radical honesty into your daily life can also take the form of journaling. Writing down your thoughts, feelings, and experiences helps you process your emotions and reflect on your journey. It allows you to externalize your internal struggles, giving you a clearer perspective on your habits and the changes you want to make. This practice encourages you to confront your truths on paper, enabling you to track your progress and identify areas that require more attention.
Another powerful tool in this process is feedback. Seek input from trusted friends, family, or mentors who can provide constructive criticism and honest insights about your behavior. This can be a vital part of your growth journey as it allows you to see yourself from different perspectives.
Embrace this feedback with an open mind, recognizing that it is an opportunity for growth rather than a personal attack. This openness to others' perceptions complements your commitment to radical honesty and enhances your self-awareness.
Ultimately, committing to radical honesty is a courageous act that empowers you to take control of your life. It invites you to shed the burdens of denial and self-deception, allowing you to step into a more authentic version of yourself. This commitment creates a powerful ripple effect, influencing not just your relationship with yourself, but also your connections with others. As you embrace radical honesty, you cultivate a deeper sense of trust, integrity, and authenticity, qualities that are essential for lasting change. By embracing this journey of truth, you not only dismantle the barriers that have kept you shackled to addiction, but you also pave the way for a life of purpose and fulfillment. The path may be challenging, but each step taken in radical honesty brings you closer to the freedom and joy that comes with living authentically. It transforms your relationship with yourself and the world, setting the stage for a life that aligns with your true values and aspirations. Raising your standards is a powerful catalyst for transformation, especially when it comes to overcoming addiction and cultivating a fulfilling life. It involves a profound shift in how you perceive yourself, your potential, and the quality of life you desire.
When you raise your standards, you begin to refuse to accept anything less than what you truly want and deserve. This process can be uncomfortable, as it often requires you to confront limiting beliefs, past behaviors, and the patterns that have kept you stuck.
However, it is precisely this discomfort that paves the way for growth, change, and lasting fulfillment. The first step in raising your standards is to redefine what is acceptable in your life. Take a hard look at your current situation, your relationships, your health, your career, and your personal growth. Ask yourself, are these areas reflecting the best version of me? If you find yourself settling for mediocrity or tolerating negative behaviors, it's time to reevaluate your benchmarks. This process requires honesty and courage. You may need to confront the uncomfortable truth that you've been operating below your potential, often out of fear or complacency. Next, envision a higher standard for yourself. What does it look like to live at your best? Picture the person you want to become, the traits they embody, the goals they pursue, and the life they lead.
This vision serves as your guiding light, providing clarity and direction as you strive to elevate your standards. It's essential to be specific, detail the characteristics, habits, and values that align with this elevated version of yourself. This clarity will empower you to take concrete actions toward this new identity.
Once you have a clear vision, begin to set tangible goals that align with your higher standards. These goals should challenge you and push you outside of your comfort zone. Whether it's committing to a healthier lifestyle, pursuing a new career, or cultivating deeper, more meaningful relationships, ensure that your goals reflect the standards you've established for yourself. As you set these goals, visualize the satisfaction and joy you will feel as you achieve them. This emotional connection will motivate you to stay committed, even when challenges arise. Raising your standards also requires you to develop a mindset of excellence. This means embracing the belief that you are worthy of success and happiness, and that you have the ability to create the life you desire. Cultivating this mindset involves actively rejecting self-doubt and negative self-talk. Instead, replace these thoughts with affirmations and positive reinforcement. Remind yourself that every small step you take toward your higher standards is a victory, and that setbacks are merely opportunities to learn and grow. In addition to mindset, surrounding yourself with positive influences is crucial. The people you engage with can significantly impact your ability to raise your standards. Seek out individuals who inspire you, those who embody the qualities you wish to cultivate in yourself.
These giants can serve as role models, mentors, or even peers who encourage you to reach for more. Engaging with such individuals not only reinforces your commitment to higher standards, but also helps you adopt their positive habits and attitudes. Accountability plays a vital role in this process. Share your goals and new standards with trusted friends, family, or mentors who will support you on your journey. This accountability provides an additional layer of motivation and encouragement.
When you vocalize your commitment to raise your standards, it becomes more challenging to fall back into old habits or settle for less. Additionally, having someone to celebrate your successes with can enhance the joy and fulfillment you experience along the way. As you begin to raise your standards, be prepared for resistance both from within and from your environment. You may encounter fear, doubt, or discomfort as you push against the boundaries of your previous comfort zone. This is normal. Change often feels intimidating. Acknowledge these feelings, but do not let them deter you. Instead, use them as fuel to drive you forward. Remind yourself that growth is often uncomfortable, but it is a necessary part of the journey toward becoming your best self. It's also essential to practice self-compassion throughout this process. Raising your standards doesn't mean you will be perfect. There will be setbacks and challenges along the way. Treat yourself with kindness when you stumble and view these moments as learning experiences rather than failures.
Embrace the idea that progress is not linear. Every step you take toward your higher standards is a part of your journey, no matter how small it may seem. Finally, celebrate your achievements, no matter how minor they may appear. Recognizing your progress reinforces your commitment to higher standards and fuels your motivation to continue striving for more.
Take time to reflect on how far you've come and the changes you've made. This reflection deepens your understanding of the journey you're on and strengthens your resolve to maintain the elevated standards you've set for yourself. Raising your standards is an ongoing process that requires dedication, reflection, and perseverance. However, the rewards are immeasurable. By committing to a higher quality of life, you open yourself up to new possibilities, deeper connections, and a more fulfilling existence.
Each step taken toward raising your standards brings you closer to realizing your full potential, empowering you to live a life that reflects your values and aspirations.
Ultimately, this commitment leads to a transformation that not only benefits you, but also inspires those around you to pursue their own journey of growth and fulfillment. Making a change in your life, especially when it comes to overcoming addiction, requires shifting your mindset from seeing goals as mere suggestions or aspirations to viewing them as absolute musts. This transformation is crucial because it creates a sense of urgency and commitment that propels you into action. When you frame your objectives as musts, you elevate their importance and prioritize them in your life, which is essential for sustainable change and growth. To begin this process, it's vital to recognize the difference between should and must. The word should implies obligation or expectation, often accompanied by an element of guilt or self-judgment. For instance, saying I should quit smoking or I should exercise more places the focus on external pressures or societal norms. This language can lead to procrastination and a sense of inadequacy. Conversely, a must carries with it a strong intrinsic motivation. It evokes a sense of necessity and urgency, compelling you to take immediate action. When you declare that something is a must, you are asserting your intention to prioritize your goals based on your values and desires rather than external expectations. Start by identifying the areas in your life that require change. Reflect on the habits or behaviors that no longer serve you, especially those related to addiction. What do you truly want to eliminate or transform? As you pinpoint these areas, ask yourself why these changes are critical. What is at stake? Understanding the consequences of inaction both in the short term and long term can clarify the significance of your goals. For instance, envision the impact of continuing your addiction on your health, relationships, and overall happiness. When you connect these consequences to your desire for change, it becomes clear that these changes are not merely optional, they are essential to your well-being and future. Once you've established your must, commit to making them non-negotiable. Write them down and use powerful language that reinforces their importance. For example, instead of saying I should work out 3 times a week, reframe it as I must prioritize my health by exercising 3 times a week. This simple shift in language creates a profound change in your mindset. It signals to your subconscious that these actions are not just preferences but vital components of your life that deserve your full commitment. In addition to the internal shift in mindset, you can enhance your commitment by establishing clear, actionable steps that align with your musts. This means breaking down your goals into smaller, manageable tasks that you can consistently integrate into your routine. For example, if your must is to quit drinking, identify specific actions that support this decision, such as avoiding triggers, seeking support groups, or finding alternative activities to replace drinking. By outlining these steps, you remove ambiguity and make it easier to take action. The more specific you are, the more likely you are to follow through. Accountability is also crucial in this process. Share your musts with supportive friends, family, or mentors who can help keep you on track. This external accountability reinforces your commitment and provides a network of encouragement. Knowing that others are aware of your goals adds a layer of responsibility and motivation, making it less likely that you will allow yourself to fall back into old habits. Additionally, consider setting up regular check-ins to discuss your progress and any challenges you encounter.
This not only helps you stay accountable, but also creates a space for problem solving and support.
As you immerse yourself in the mindset of must, it's important to cultivate a culture of discipline and resilience. Understand that challenges and setbacks will arise. This is a natural part of any significant change. However, viewing these obstacles as opportunities for growth rather than failures will enhance your resolve. When you encounter difficulties, remind yourself of the reasons you made these changes a must in the first place. Tap into the emotional and practical implications of your goals, allowing this connection to fuel your determination to keep moving forward.
Developing a routine that supports your musts is essential for maintaining momentum. Establish daily practices that align with your goals and reinforce your commitment to change.
This could include morning rituals that set a positive tone for your day, mindfulness practices that help you stay grounded, or journaling to reflect on your progress. These routines become anchors that remind you of your purpose and the importance of adhering to your musts.
Furthermore, celebrate your progress along the way. Acknowledging your achievements, no matter how small, reinforces your commitment to your musts and boosts your motivation. Create milestones to mark your journey and take the time to appreciate how far you've come.
This celebration not only fosters a sense of accomplishment, but also strengthens your resolve to continue pursuing your goals with determination. Ultimately, making your goals a must rather than a should is about reclaiming your power and taking control of your life. It involves cultivating a mindset rooted in commitment, clarity, and intrinsic motivation. As you make this shift, you will discover the profound impact it has on your actions, decisions, and overall well-being. By prioritizing your musts, you not only create a roadmap for overcoming addiction, but also lay the groundwork for a life filled with purpose, fulfillment, and resilience. In doing so, you move closer to the person you aspire to be, embodying the values and beliefs that truly resonate with you. Celebrating small wins is a crucial practice in the journey of personal transformation, particularly when overcoming addiction and striving for a more fulfilling life. The act of acknowledging and celebrating these incremental achievements reinforces positive behavior, builds momentum, and fosters a mindset that thrives on progress. While significant milestones are important, it's often the small victories that pave the way for lasting change. By recognizing and honoring these moments, you cultivate a culture of positivity and resilience that fuels your motivation and commitment to your goals. When embarking on a journey of change, it's easy to become fixated on the end goal, viewing success solely through the lens of major accomplishments. However, this focus can lead to feelings of frustration or disappointment if progress is slow or obstacles arise. By shifting your perspective to include the smaller wins along the way, you create a more balanced and sustainable approach to your growth. This requires a conscious effort to identify and appreciate the everyday achievements that contribute to your overall success. To begin celebrating small wins, start by defining what constitutes a win for you. This can vary greatly depending on your personal goals and circumstances. For someone overcoming addiction, a small win might be going a day without succumbing to cravings, attending a support group meeting, or even having a productive conversation with a loved one about your struggles. It's essential to recognize that these moments are significant as they represent steps forward on your path to recovery and personal growth. Once you've identified these small wins, make it a habit to celebrate them regularly. This celebration can take many forms: sharing your achievements with supportive friends or family, treating yourself to something special, or simply taking a moment to reflect on your progress. The act of celebrating doesn't have to be elaborate. It can be as simple as acknowledging your success with a mental high five or taking a few moments to journal about what you accomplished. The key is to make this acknowledgement a part of your routine, reinforcing the importance of these moments in your journey. Incorporating rituals around celebrating small wins can enhance the impact of this practice. For example, consider creating a win jar where you write down your achievements on slips of paper and place them in the jar. At the end of each week or month, take time to read through them and reflect on how far you've come. This physical representation of your progress serves as a tangible reminder of your journey, reinforcing the positive impact of your efforts. It can also be a source of motivation during challenging times, as you can look back and see the evidence of your commitment and resilience. Another effective strategy for celebrating small wins is to cultivate a gratitude practice. Take time each day to reflect on the small victories you've achieved and express gratitude for the progress you're making. This practice shifts your focus from what you haven't accomplished to what you have, fostering a positive mindset that supports your continued growth. Gratitude enhances your emotional well-being, making it easier to navigate challenges and setbacks with a sense of optimism. Celebrating small wins also contributes to building self-confidence. Each time you acknowledge your achievements, you reinforce the belief in your ability to create positive change in your life. This growing confidence empowers you to take on larger challenges as you recognize that progress is possible, no matter how small. It cultivates a sense of agency, allowing you to embrace your journey with a proactive mindset. As you continue to celebrate your achievements, you build a positive feedback loop that encourages further growth and exploration. Moreover, sharing your small wins with others creates a sense of community and support. Engaging with friends, family, or support groups allows you to celebrate not only your victories, but also those of others. This shared celebration fosters connection and inspires collective growth, reinforcing the idea that you're not alone in your journey. Encouraging others to celebrate their wins creates an uplifting environment where everyone feels motivated to pursue their goals. As you engage in the practice of celebrating small wins, it's important to recognize that setbacks and challenges are a natural part of any transformation journey. While it's easy to focus on the times when you struggle, it's equally crucial to acknowledge that these moments do not define your progress. Instead of viewing setbacks as failures, embrace them as opportunities to learn and grow. By maintaining a balanced perspective that includes both wins and challenges, you reinforce your commitment to the journey without being discouraged by temporary obstacles. Ultimately, celebrating small wins is about cultivating a mindset that values progress, resilience, and self-compassion. It shifts your focus from perfection to growth, allowing you to appreciate the journey as much as the destination. Each small win you celebrate adds to your sense of fulfillment and purpose, motivating you to continue pursuing your goals with enthusiasm and dedication. By embracing this practice, you empower yourself to create lasting change and develop a deeper understanding of your capacity for transformation. In doing so, you lay the groundwork for a life that reflects your true values and aspirations, creating a powerful ripple effect that positively impacts not only yourself, but also those around you. In conclusion, the journey of overcoming addiction and transforming your life is not just about reaching a final destination. It is about embracing the process and celebrating every step along the way. By raising your standards and making your goals a must, you cultivate a mindset that propels you forward with purpose and determination. You learn to identify and address the root causes of your habits, gaining clarity and self-awareness that empower you to take charge of your life. Through daily conditioning of your mind, you develop the resilience needed to break patterns that no longer serve you. As you link massive pain to old habits and associate deep pleasure with your new identity, you create a compelling vision for your future that motivates you to take action.
Surrounding yourself with giants, those who inspire and uplift you, provides the support and encouragement needed to sustain your journey. Committing to radical honesty fosters authenticity, enabling you to confront your truths and embrace vulnerability.
Most importantly, celebrating small wins reinforces your progress and fuels your momentum, reminding you that every step forward is a victory worth acknowledging. Remember that change is a process filled with challenges and triumphs alike. Embrace each moment as an opportunity to learn and grow, and be compassionate with yourself during the inevitable ups and downs. As you continue to apply these principles and practices, you will find the strength to rise above your past and create a life that reflects your highest aspirations. Ultimately, the power to transform your life lies within you. By harnessing the tools and strategies we've discussed today, you can break free from the chains of addiction and step into a future brimming with possibility, purpose, and fulfillment. So rise to the occasion, embrace your journey, and celebrate the incredible person you are becoming. The best is yet to come.